page 126. My son's best friend. The morning my son Ross was born, a yellow school bus stopped at a red light with its back end hanging over railroad tracks in Fox River Grove, and a train hit it. When the phone rang, we thought it was the doctor returning our call. It was the city desk telling us to get over there now. I was walking Edie back and forth in our bedroom, wristwatch in hand, timing her contractions. My wife's having a baby, I told them, so they sent someone else to the northwest suburb. Many people, as it turned out. Meanwhile, we walked up Broadway, Edie stopping to brace herself against a parking meter whenever a contraction hit. But instead of getting stronger and closer together, the contractions grew weaker and further apart until they stopped altogether. By mid-morning, Edie was at the apartment of an artist neighbor cooing over her birth announcement designs, and I started to worry that the paper would think I had shirked the assignment. The baby wasn't due for 2 weeks. Another reporter, Zay Smith, had dodged the story and gotten into trouble. Still, I dithered like Hamlet until Edie said, "Honey, I'm not having this baby right now. Go to work." I walked a block east to Sheridan Road and caught a cab to the paper, babbling to the driver about this baby on the way. At the office, reporters at the Fox River Grove crash scene fed me information to weave into the story. 7 students on the bus had died. We put the newspaper to bed at 1 p.m., the late afternoon edition that the Sun-Times still hawked to commuters on their way home from work. On my lunch break, I strolled up Michigan Avenue and stopped at the F.A.O. Schwartz toy store to contemplate a stiff toy dog. My beeper went off, a call from Edie. I walked back to the paper, an unbelievably leisurely thing to do under the circumstances, and phoned home. "How far apart are the contractions?" I asked. "I don't know," Edie wailed. I quickly gathered up my things, gazed hard at the office commotion, then left, and didn't come back to work for a year. Directly due to Ross's birth, I went from being a reporter chasing news at any editor's whim to a regular columnist with my picture in the paper and everything, free to choose my own topics and write about them in my own way, and no career advancement was ever achieved in a more accidental fashion. It happened like this. In 1995, after years of trying, Edie became pregnant. Being in the Chicago Newspaper Guild meant we were subject to union work rules, and at some point in the free-to-be-you-and-me 1970s, someone stuck in a clause in our contract stating that not only could mothers take up to a year unpaid maternity leave after the birth or adoption of a child, but fathers could too. Of course, management would agree to that. The provision cost them nothing, and how many guys would actually take a year off? Nobody would, and indeed nobody ever did, before I snapped at the offer, nor, now that I think of it, has anyone done so since. Most men can barely manage 2 weeks at home with a new baby before they go shrieking back to kiss the hem of their jobs. Besides, they can't afford it. But I decided to take the full year off, because I'm the best father in the world. Just kidding. No lofty impulse was involved in the decision. Paternal diligence had nothing to do with it. I had never had a child before, so I had no idea what raising a child meant. Nor because I was a good husband. It wasn't that I was eager to help my wife change diapers. What was going on in my mind was this. We had some money left from the book I was writing. Edie had just left Jenner and Block after 6 bank account fattening years. The paternity leave would be my chance to step away from the paper, to finish the book, maybe work on other things, and have a steady job waiting when I was done, if I still wanted it. The new child aspect was incidental, an opportunity, another crack in the wall between me and where I wanted to be. I had never ceased waiting for that big bear hug of success. Working at the paper was still the day job in my mind. I didn't even subscribe. They're supposed to give money to me, I rationalized. I'm not going to give money to them. So that fills you. All right, well, thank you again. I'll solve it up if I read some more. Back up here and sign.